edition of College Sports Report. I'm Matt Kellogg.
And I'm Taylor Lambert. We've got a lot to serve up this week, so kick back and soak up the sports, everybody. The Chico State Wildcats women's soccer team traveled down to the Bay Area to try their hand at San Francisco State, where the Gators have only given up 1 goal on the year. Let's go to the highlight. The Gators are even at home in the CCAA at 2-2, while Chico's had a little trouble coming in, still looking for their first win, 0-2-2. A little back and forth in the first half. Chico's Emily Greck takes off on a long run, but comes up empty. SF State's often struggled a little bit early, but Kara Cunningham trying to get something going as she gets the ball, takes off down the field. Great opportunity that comes up short, just like Danny DeVito, everybody. As time went on, the game got a little more aggressive. There was pushing, shoving, bodies falling down everywhere, and a couple of yellow cards were given out. Right here we have Chico State's Blake Lopes and SF State's Courtney Hamdup almost getting into a little tizzy. Right here we have free kick, bounces around a little bit. Mariah Johnson gets a foot on it, gets it over the goalie's head, and puts it in. A little bit from Mariah Johnson right here.
Well, it came off across from the side from Michelle, and it came into the box. And Priska, she's a freshman keeper, and she did a great job of getting in front of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper punched it out, and then I just recognized that she was out of her goal. And then I just recognized that I should probably chip it over, and I'd get a better chance than if I tried to shoot it hard. So I had really bad luck, and I always kick it over. So it was a good effort by our team. I did the easy part by getting it in the goal. So.
Hi, SFSU. They came out on top 1-0. They're now 4-4-2 overall and 3-2-1 in the CCAA and setting up their season pretty well so far.
Nationally ranked Chico State rolled into town looking for an easy win against the San Francisco State men's soccer team, but the Gators were looking for their first CCAA win of the season. What is that? Gators shooting? Hey, let's get that guy on the team. Chico State against San Francisco State, things getting going on early in the first half. 14th minute, Spencer Schwant passing it to Antonio Ugarte, who's going to cut right back up here and get a shot on goal. But no, it's going to go wide, setting up a corner kick. Mario Hernandez will take that kick. Charles Conway with his head. No, not going to happen. Let's move on over to the second half, the 67th minute. A free kick from Kyle Crane for Chico State will put them up 1-0. Kyle Crane and teammates celebrate, and Crane wants to show the world his shirt. Apparently, he likes flamingos. 76th minute into the second half, Mario Hernandez gets a rebound, but right there, he's fouled really hard. Chris Aquaja with the penalty. A penalty kick Antonio Ugarte will go ahead and take and make. He gets the game tied 1-1. We are going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen. And in the 96th minute, Mario Hernandez will take a shot from 40 yards out, and he's going to score! Unbelievable. Gators win 2-1. The dog pile, Mario, you can bet, is on the bottom of that.
They were telling me to clear it, and the goalie comes out a lot, so I was like, just take a shot, hit it. I saw the goalie off his line, just put it right there.
San Francisco State upsetting nationally ranked Chico State. San Francisco takes their record to 3-5-1. They are 1-4 in the conference. Chico State goes to 7-1. They are 3-1 in the conference.
Penn State coming all the way across the country to try their hand against the University of San Francisco women's volleyball team. Let's go ahead and go out to the highlight here. Penn State players, they're warming up. USF is going to serve right here. Penn's going to tip the ball right over. Right behind you there. The Los Locos, they're loving it here. Right there, there's the Los Locos. I told you they were going to be here. Let's go to set 2. Penn State, Juliana Swanson. She goes up, set up, spikes it over. USF can't handle it, and it looks fantastic. Another Penn State shot is going to go ahead and land in bounds, just in the corner. See the guy right there? He said it was in bounds. That's how you know when it's in and it's out. USF is going to go ahead, take the set, spike it. There it is. And again, see? There's that guy again telling you that the ball is in bounds. USF, Darcy Carroll, she gets it over. The Los Locos are loving it again. Check this out right here. You got Sarah Mandela. She's going to go ahead and spike it. I know you guys like that so much. We're going to go ahead and do it again. Sarah Mandela one more time. She's looking fantastic. Penn State trying to get something going, but USF was just too strong on this day. They win the game 3-2. Nice little slow-mo for you.
We went downstairs and we all just kind of took a deep breath and we remind ourselves that we have to take care of what we need to do on our own side and not really focus on their side, because they played a hard match, and once we kind of settled down our own side and realized we had to rally with them, we just took the momentum and ran with it. So, and they wanted to put some new blockers in and some better defensive players for us. So I mean, we're all for changes to win. So yeah.
USF, the Dons looking great, winning 3-2. The record now goes to 9-4 as Penn State drops to 4-6.
Before there was football and before there was baseball, if you were a kid, chances are you probably played kickball. Well, now adults have dusted off that big red rubber ball and are playing in a league of their own.
The World Adult Kickball Association, or WACA, season is in full swing. If you, like me, thought that kickball was only a schoolyard game played by children, you were wrong. Kickball can help shy people meet others, fuel competitive drive for former athletes, or just be plain fun.
It all started on a brisk summer day in Washington, D.C. David Lowery wanted to kick off some corporate steam, but little did he know, 10 years later, that his World Adult Kickball Association would have spread nationwide. San Francisco alone boasts 3 divisions, combining for 43 different teams. The division shown here is the Yerba Buena division, which holds the Irish Green Baby Bouncy. The game itself is still the same schoolyard game we all played as kids. 11 players on the field, at least 4 must be female, 4 fouls, 3 strikes, and 4 balls for the hitter. And yes, you can hit the runners with the ball.
So Pablo, as president of the league, what kind of social events other than the kickball games themselves does the league put on?
We try and put on a variety of things throughout the season. Some of those include a Flip Cup tournament, which are either played on Saturdays or Sundays. We also will have a playoff at the end of the season and a end of season party to kind of like help everyone sort of celebrate the year, since everyone ends up being a winner in the end.
The games are 5 innings long and last about an hour. The atmosphere is loose, loud, and fun. People whom otherwise do not know each other descend on parks around the country once a week and kick the big red ball around. Kickball will give any matchmaking service a run for their money.
I'd only been living here for about 8 months or so, and I had a couple of people that I had met, but I kind of wanted to expand my social circle. So when I saw some people out there playing, I decided it seemed like a pretty good thing to go out there, enjoy the sun that San Francisco offers from time to time, and enjoy like a lot of really fun people that were just out there to have a good time, meet other people, and just be generally social and kind of active outside of the house.
For a mere $65 per person, anyone over the age of 21 can play this amazing social rec game. I caught up with Vice President of the Yerba Buena Division, Vu Pham, and asked him how to sign up.
Well, first of all, you go to kickball.com. There you can sign up for any of the divisions and pick a division. The different divisions, they play on different nights, different places. So depending on where you want to play, what night you want to play is the division you want to pick. And once you do that, you can either join an existing team, or you can create a new team if there's space, or you can just put yourself out there and we'll place you on one of the teams.
Now it's time for the weekly trip to the league-sponsored bar, the Kezar Pub, to practice for the Flip Cup tournament. Remember, to get a glimpse of kickball firsthand, come out to the league tournament Sunday, October 19th at 9 a.m. at Little Rec Park. I'm Danny Angel for CSR.
For more information on kickball and other recreation sports in the Bay Area, check out www.parks.sfgov.org. You know, I don't know about you, but when I played kickball, I liked the medium bouncies.
The medium bouncies. I was a big fan of big bouncies.
You can get a long ways with a little air.
You can get a long ways with a big bounce. Coming up after the break, we will tell you how our SFSU men's basketball team is planning to build on the momentum from last season.
As well, we got De Anza taking on CCC. And men's soccer, state taking on Stanislaw.
I was a bit hesitant to try it.
To tell you the truth, I didn't think I'd fit in. But I kept pushing her and she ended up loving it.
I was surprised. It was an amazing experience.
And now we do it at least twice a month.
I've even gotten most of my friends to do it.
If you do it enough, you can get a great deal on the price.
Why didn't we think of this before?
It's a stimulating experience.
The Z-Space Studio.
Word for word.
Z-Space Studio, word for word, stimulation guaranteed. See you at the theater.
Small businesses are facing expensive energy bills. Much of this expense is generated from lighting. In fact, inefficient lighting can cost small business owners more than they may realize. Don't let your lights burn more than electricity. Let smart lights help you save money, and let the money work for you, not your energy bills. Smart lights, brighten your bottom line. A joint program of the cities of Berkeley and Oakland.
Welcome back to College Sports Report.
Now it's time for some men's basketball. Just like I promised, I heard that they're not looking too shabby this season.
No, I think San Francisco State has a pretty good shot. San Francisco State men's basketball team had one of their best seasons ever last year. This year, the Gators are looking to add to the momentum that took them to the second round of the CCAA conference tournament this past season.
After finishing up a 17-12 season, the men's basketball team is primed to make a run. Let's check out what the team did this offseason to get ready for the upcoming year.
Well, we really had a fun opportunity this summer. We got to go to Vancouver, British Columbia. Once every 4 years, you're allowed to go on an international trip. And I don't think they've ever done one here, but we were able to go up to Canada this year. So that allowed us to practice for 2 weeks in preparation for that. And then we went up to Canada and had a good week playing against some of their teams. One of the teams we played is one of the top teams in Canada.
Since the trip in Canada, the team has done individual drills, but also worked out as a team.
We had open gym twice a week over the summer, and then we've been conditioning and weightlifting really hard the past month, so we've been getting at it, and we're almost ready to go.
With all but 2 returning players, we can expect big things from the Gators this year.
Oh, this season, I have just great expectations for this season. We have a lot of seniors coming back. We've lost 2 seniors last year, so we're we're senior-heavy team, but we're just mature and we know what it takes to get to the place we need to go. And
last year's team got 17 wins. This year, the Gators are out to get everyone.
I'm looking forward to playing all of them. You know, I have a grudge against all of them.
I'm looking forward to play San Bernardino because I want to beat them. We haven't beat them yet. Monterey Bay we haven't beat yet, or at least I haven't beat yet last year.
After a disappointing finish to an otherwise fantastic season, the men's basketball team is looking to rebound. With many returning players, they should continue their quest for a championship. This is Sherwin Rodriguez reporting for CSR.
San Francisco begins basketball practice in just a few days on October 15th, and their season will start a month after that on November 15th. Good luck, Gators.
Let's dive into some college football action with the De Anza Dons visiting the Contra Costa Comets. Contra Costa Comets come in still looking for their first win, folks, and this is why. You got De Anza's Chris Mendoza getting his feet in the end zone for the first quarter. Contra Costa has the ball right here, and it looks like it's going to come out. Yes, that is a score. Look at that. Down at the 1-yard line, CCC has the ball and De Anza controls the line of scrimmage. Where are you going? Nowhere! The next play, we have CCC, Savon Ross recover a fumble in the end zone for a little turnover revenge. Contra Costa still trailing 14-7. CCC's Rashad Smith takes the kickoff and shows some nifty moves here. Going to return this one all the way, folks. He runs it back 90 yards, gets points for CC, and is out of breath, I'm sure about it. 21-14. De Anza, Kevin Gonzalez snags a pass from Isaac David to make it 34-14. CCC finds the end zone again, and his QB Royce Hughes throws the TD pass to Albert Johnson, make the score 34-21. Who's up for some kicking? Not De Anza, as much as they block a field goal. That could have got Contra Costa within 10 points. It was all De Anza after that as they get into the end zone to make it 48-21 as De Anza kept the ball rolling and ended up dominating Contra Costa. Deanza ended up winning 61-28. That brings the record to 3-0. Contra Costa still looking for the first win at 0-4.
After a great win against nationally ranked Chico State, the San Francisco men's soccer team was looking to make it 2 in a row against the Stanislaus State Warriors on Sunday. The struggling Stan State in town taking on the men Gators, and things getting going early with the corner kick from State, but Javier Rosales is going to bring that ball down. San Francisco State trying to figure out a way to get some points on the board. San Francisco, Spencer Schwann over to Charles Conaway, who's going to shoot, but he blocks it again. Javier Rosales, let's take a look at that in slow-mo. Finally, we get a score there from Spencer Schwann, taking the Gators up 1-0 into halftime. And San Francisco State is excited, and you know the crowd at Cox Stadium is excited too. Going on into the second half, San Francisco making a good run for the goal on a breakaway with a shot, but no! Javier Rosales is not going to let it happen this time, and a collision of sorts between Spencer Schwann and Javier Rosales is it has to be broken up by a ref. Not sure really what happens there, but the ref is going to keep busy because Stanislaus Francisco Soto elbows SF State's Charles Conway, and he's going to get the yellow card for that hard hit. Stanislaus is going to have one more chance to score right here, and it's up, but no, it is blocked by Israel Cisneros, and it is 1-0 still. State with one last shot and a bump-up shot to Dylan Glass. He headbutts it in. 2-1. San Francisco State gets the win. San Francisco State University is looking really good. They have gone to 4-5-1, 2-4 in conference. Stanislaus falls to 1-6-1 and is 0-5 in the conference. Seattle was in town, and no, it wasn't for an Alice in Chains reunion. The Seattle Redhawks were taking on the USF Dons in women's volleyball. And things got started quick, underway, as San Francisco State take an early lead. And right here, you can see them in white. The Redhawks obviously in red. Some great service on the part of San Francisco State. And Carly Babin taking the lead right there, 22 to the Redhawks 8. Got to make sure you get those M&Ms in your mouth, Kim. Erin Bragg here with the serve, and it's just going to go over the head of Megan Augustavo. And the Dons are going to win that set. Going into the second set, Redhawks were fighting back a little bit, serving over to the Dons. They are up 9-4, and right here, they are about to go up even more. Oh, just gets away, 10-4, Redhawks up. Dons Chelsea Lowe getting ready to serve, and get ready for this, one of the best dive setups of the game. Here we go, Chelsea Lowe again, dive on the ground, and here we go, up for the setup, and down it comes, bada bing, bada boom. Carly Barber spiking it down for the point. Fans going wild. Carly Barber here with the serve, and it is going to bring back by the Redhawks. Yep, and here we go. And there it is for the set. And the tip, and it goes down. The second set wins from USF fans going wild. And down to the third set we go. USF taking charge, and they get it. 3-0 United States loves USF.
I think it was just our whole team working together and playing with a lot more energy. We started the game really quiet as if it was like a continuation of the first game, and so I think we just came out with, like after we were down about 5 or 6 points, came out with a lot more energy, and we were louder and we worked better together rather than individually.
We here at CSR love USF too, as they look strong, beating the Seattle University Redhawks 3-0. USF Dons record goes to 10-4 as Seattle University falls to 3-13.
The United States loves USF.
How can you not?
Yeah, how can you not, really? It's time to take a break, but when we return, Matty here is going to tell us a little bit about his Field of Dreams trip.
And we have a heated NFL debate. Who is the better league, AFL or the NFC? You'll have to wait and see.
NFC.
AFC. AFL.
Coffee awakens all the senses, but only Fair Trade certified coffee awakens the sixth sense, the sense of fairness. Fair Trade certified coffees are bought directly from family farmers, guaranteeing them better incomes and strengthening their communities. Fair Trade certified. Taste fairness. Look for the label wherever you buy coffee. Better living conditions. justice. It's people like you that can make that happen. Fair Trade certified coffees are bought directly from family farmers, guaranteeing them better incomes and strengthening their communities. Fair Trade certified. Taste fairness. Look for the label wherever you buy coffee.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. So Matt there, where do you get your haircut and when is the last time you got it cut?
Well, I got it cut a couple weeks ago, and I got to tell you about this place. There's this place in Nevada, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Remember when Kevin Costner built his Field of Dreams? So they would come, right? The movie was a metaphor that said, even though great sports moments may have passed, the memories last forever. For one man in Marin County, that is what it's all about.
For players and coaches, sports are a way of life. But for Terry Kellogg, a barber in Novato, California, sports are a passion.
Well, it's just that I've always been interested in sports going back to when I was a kid. I played baseball and football and track. And
not only has Terry played sports, but he's also cut the hair of professional athletes.
And Nick Rolovich, and cut he and his brother's hair. And Nick went to the University of Hawaii and was broke records down at City College, before he went to the University of Hawaii.
Terry has spent most of his life collecting sports memorabilia.
Basically, the memorabilia that I have is the people that I enjoyed and were really part of the history of the sports, either baseball, boxing, football, basketball. These are things that brought a lot of joy to me, so.
Terry has also brought joy to his customers who have been coming here for years.
That was
You were working at
Harding Lawson.
Harding Lawson.
Which isn't there anymore.
So that was like 23 years ago.
Oh, gosh. Pretty close.
Yeah.
1989.
Yeah.
Just heard about how good he was and started coming in, and we became really, really good friends. And I not only come down to get my hair cut, I come down, talked with him, and we football. Yeah, we both love football.
But not everybody that comes in for a haircut likes to talk about sports.
I kind of ignore it and come in for a good haircut.
Whether for a good haircut, to talk sports, or just plain talk, Village Clip Joint's a place where men can be themselves.
Good place for me to get away from home. Kind of a guy's thing in a way.
Terry's not only has a great collection of sports memorabilia, but locked away, he has some very, very, I don't even know how to say, 1960, priceless. Thank you. 1969 Raiders football signed by all the greats. Unbelievable.
Did you get your hair done there?
I do.
You do? It looks good.
Well, thank you.
Looks like you're the youngest guy that goes to that barbershop.
I probably am.
It's week 5 in the NFL, and the Raiders and 49ers are doing fantastic. The cream is starting to come to the top. And so let's send it over to our debate team for a little bit more on the NFL.
Thanks, guys. We're talking football. AFC versus the NFC. Which is the most dominant conference this season? We have Will Davis representing the AFC, NFL expert, and we have Danny Angel representing the NFC. Danny, what is going to be the most dominating conference this season? Why? Why NFC?
The NFC is going to be the most dominant conference this season because of quarterback play. Donovan McNabb, Drew Brees, Tony Romo, and even Kurt Warner are having absolutely fantastic years. And they have the NFC East, which is by far the hardest division in sports.
Okay, Will, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with Danny. The AFC is known as a defensive team, but this year they're really turning it on offensively as well. You have the San Diego Chargers, the Denver Broncos, and the Jets leading in offense in the AFC this year and in the NFL. Accompanying that with their defense, the AFC is easily the strongest pick over in the NFL.
All right, guys, who are going to be your top picks for the most underrated team of your conference? Danny, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Washington. I think they have a great defense and a young quarterback, and they're going to put it all together this season.
Will?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, they're not an offensive team at all, but a Ray Lewis-led defense is my underrated pick.
All right, so who are we going to see in the Super Bowl this season? Anything different than expected?
I'm going to take the Giants to repeat.
All right.
They're the most consistent team.
Will?
I'm going to have to take the San Diego Chargers. I mean, they're just a complete offensive team, and I just like their style.
Any surprises you think are going to come up in the season this year? I mean, with the Bills coming up, or maybe the Giants. You said they're going to take it, but you think they're going to go undefeated?
No, definitely not. No, it's hard to go undefeated. We saw that last year with the New England Patriots losing the biggest game of the year.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming, Danny and Will. All right, everybody. We're going to go back to the studio. Taylor, Matt, take it away, guys.
So I'm thinking with the Raiders, now that they have a new head coach, I'm going to have to go with the AFC.
Really? The Raiders head coach, the new head coach, it sways his opinion that much. I think the NFC is still dominant even though they do have Dallas.
I'm going to have, yeah, see, that's why I have to choose AFC by default just because of Dallas. Well, it's October and you know what that means. It's time for pumpkins, costumes, and of course, the baseball playoffs.
James Kincaid is here to give us a preview of baseball's postseason. Let's hear it, James.
Thanks, guys. Well, it took an extra game, but the baseball playoffs are now set to begin. The Chicago White Sox took down the Minnesota Twins in a thrilling one-game playoff to decide the winner of the American League Central. The divisional round of the playoffs will feature the White Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Boston Red Sox will challenge the Angels in wherever they choose to hail from these days, not quite sure. And in the National League, the Dodgers are up against the heavily favored Chicago Cubs, and the wild-card Brewers take on the Phillies. The Cubs should be able to easily get past the erratic Dodgers, but I'm picking the Brew Crew to get by the Phillies and take down the Cubs in the NLCS. The American League winners, on the other hand, will hinge on injuries and experience. I'm picking the Angels to get by the Red Sox, who will be without ace pitcher Josh Beckett and RBI machine Mike Lowell for at least part of the series. The Tampa Bay Rays have been the feel-good story for all of the season, but the added pressure for the playoffs may prove too much for them and will be downed in an upset by the Chicago White Sox. In the ALCS, I'm predicting a back-and-forth series between the Angels and Sox, but I like the way the White Sox have been playing under pressure. Aussies really lit a fire under them and should carry them all the way to the World Series. So for my final surprise picks, the World Series is an all-Midwest fall classic between the Brewers and the Chicago White Sox. Lots of beer, lots of Chicago-style pizza.
White Sox. If I remember correctly, you're a White Sox fan, James.
That may be, but that does not in any way influence my pick. Homer. You want to talk about Homer? How about Mike Krukow?
All right. Well, I'll agree with you on the Midwest Series. I see Chicago Cubs playing the Chicago White Sox. Battle of Chicago, never been done before.
Well, maybe
anybody but the Dodgers.
I guess so, but let's see if we can get that Cubs curse to 101 years.
Well, that's about all the time we have. I'm Matt Kellogg.
And I'm Taylor Lambert. If you want us to film a game at your school, you can email us at mailcsr@gmail.com or check out our MySpace page at myspace.com/CSRSFSU.
So from all of us here at the College Sport Report, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.